Can I just tell you a quick story? This is actually a true story. I know a lot of people say it's a true story, but this is a true story, and it is huge. I'm going to tell you about the time I crop dusted Jack Nicholson. Since we're in Hollywood, I think this is appropriate. All right, what happened was, I've always been a big fan. You know, I don't know if I'm a fan of his or just terrified of him. You know, I don't know what it is, you know, but it's Jack Nicholson. And I did a small part in an Adam Sandler movie called Anger Management, and he was in the movie. And it wasn't that good. And I was sitting across from the table from him on the first day, and I thought to myself, I gotta meet him. It's Jack Nicholson, you know, The Shining, all that stuff. And I finally got the nerve to go over there. I was so scared, my heart was beating, but I knew this was a great opportunity to meet him. And I saw my window, and I went over there, and I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "Hey, Jack." I said, "You been golfing over at Sherwood Country Club lately?" And he looked at me, and he goes, "What?" And now I'm really scared. You know, my mouth is all dry, you know. I said, "Have you been golfing over at Sherwood Country Club lately?" He goes, "Not since the last time you asked me that question." I didn't know what he meant by that. Did I ask him this like a year ago and I forgot? You know, was that my standard question to ask the big celebrities? Or is he just talking about when I just asked him, he's been a wise guy, like, you know? And I thought about that for like a year after that. I was trying to figure out, what did he mean by that? What did he mean by that? And then I saw him like a year later at some big Hollywood party. I never go to those things, but this was like the Hollywood Wax Museum. Everybody was there. Christopher Walken, Harrison Ford, George Lucas, Princess Leia was there, Al Pacino, and I saw Jack Nicholson in the middle of the room. I thought, oh my God, this is my chance to redeem myself. And I was waiting for the right time to go over there, because he's always talking to somebody. Everybody wants to talk to Jack Nicholson. So I waited, and I waited for the right window. I would be a good assassin, because I know when to wait, you know, when to go. And finally, I saw my window, and I went over there. My heart, again, I'm scared, and I'm passing, walking. I don't care about him. Ford, I don't care. Leia, I don't care. And I get over to Jack Nicholson. I tap him on the shoulder, and he turns around. And I said, "Hey, Jack, you been golfing over at Sherwood?" And right then, Al Pacino tapped him on the shoulder, and he totally turned his back to me like that. He snubbed me. Jack Nicholson snubbed me, and he started talking to Pacino, and I was just staring at his back. It looked like I was waiting in line to talk to Al Pacino, but I didn't care about him. Anyway, I must have had something to eat that day that didn't agree with me, and I crop dusted Jack Nicholson up and down his back, and I think Al Pacino caught some of the fallout from it. And I got out of there because I knew it was going to be bad. And I went past Walken. I don't care, Leia. I don't care. Back to my starting point by the wall, and I knew it was going to be bad. I felt like I just committed a big crime, and they're going to find out in a second. And sure enough, Jack Nicholson stops talking in the middle of the conversation. He goes, "Jesus Christ, what the hell died in here?" So not only did I meet Jack Nicholson, I got inside of him. Yeah.
So just think more. Because as a grown man, there's certain shit you shouldn't be doing no more. Fist fighting, for me, I cut that out. Well, I stopped fist fighting at 30. At 44, I either shoot a motherfucker or let it slide. I swear to God. I'm not gonna be in the street scuffling with these kids. They all hyped up on MTV Jams and Mountain Dew. You don't even know what the fuck you fighting for. Me personally, I don't know how fights start nowadays. I come from an era where fights had a rhythm, a build-up. You know how fights started. You said something, he said something back. Somebody in the crowd was like, "Ooh," that's how the fight started. Some motherfucker would make sure you heard what he said. He said, "Your mom." Another motherfucker would give you his opinion on the comment. I wish a nigga would say some shit like that about my mom. The whole process. Nowadays, these kids already ready to fight. I didn't even know it was my turn the other day. Almost got my ass kicked waiting for the bus. This young kid just snapped on me like, "What the fuck you looking at?" And I was like, "Well, the bus comes from that way." Never mind, you let me know when the bus is coming. It's okay. They'll kill you for looking over there. And that's my biggest thing. I like to stay alive. I don't do shit to risk my life. Call me fame. I want to live forever. I don't mind getting old. I know I'm in Hollywood. I was at the bar last night. Another comedian, male comedian, said to me, "Yo, man, you got to do something about that gray." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this is the place where you got to be concerned about that. You got to look young forever." No, I want to look my age. I want to look like I'm getting older. I want to look like I'm living. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand I want to work too, but ain't nothing wrong with being this age. Because the fact of the matter is, People try to warn you about getting old. Your grandmother did. Your grandparents did. Old people try to tell you shit like you're gonna have to figure out a way to age gracefully. Because you're not gonna like everything that happens to you as you get older. You thought they was talking that old shit like, whatever. Now I hear my grandmother's voice loud and clear. You got to figure out a way to age gracefully. Because you're not gonna like everything that happens to you as you get older. Yeah, like this ain't the fucking haircut I wanted. You know what I mean? Like this the haircut they give you, nigga. I had dreams and aspirations, you know what I'm saying? One little cornrow, maybe some fro. My barber stepped to me straight up like, look, ain't no need for you to keep coming around here, you understand? Like, I mean, you can come through and watch movies, but stop jumping up in the chair. You just making my day long. And man, it's hard for us to let go of that ego. Because you know, women do it age like fine like wine, sophisticated. Women get that. Men still got this ego. That's why we're walking around with a 60-year-old ego. You can't do shit like you 16 no more. I'm not afraid to fight. I come from a fight era. I'm just not sure my body can take a fist fight like it used to. You ain't 16 no more. The man right here say, shit. I feel you. 16 was a different time. 16, you started fighting for no fucking reason. It was hot. He said something about your mama. Fuck that. 16, you take clean punch in the face, still be in the house talking shit like we gonna get that motherfucker later. Well, get off of me. He need to know who we dealing with. Talking big shit. That's because that 16, your eye would be healed later. Get punched in the face at 30 plus. You gonna miss a couple days at work. Need an MRI, CAT scan. Nowadays they do an EKG just to make sure he ain't fuck your heart up, punching you in your eye. Who the fuck gonna pay this copay? Cause that's 45. Swelling don't go down for months. Spend the rest of your days looking like Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, I forget where I'm at, man. I swear to God, he could be here, right? But y'all gonna stop being mad at me when I tell that joke. I'm just observing. And I'm trying to figure out why this man been working in Hollywood for 40 plus years. Ain't nobody ever said shit about this eye, like nothing. We just supposed to ignore it. I'm a fan. Tired of trying to figure out who the fuck he is every role, different role, same eye. What? I mean, that's not the last king of Scotland? Oh, he's a butler now.
I have 21 nieces and nephews. We're Irish Catholic, a lot of, cold winters back there. And 21 nieces and nephews. Nobody tells any of them the truth. I did tell my little niece Hannah the other day, I'm like, Hannah, Aunt Kristi's gonna tell you something nobody's gonna tell you. Now, Mommy and Daddy are getting a divorce because you didn't clean your room. She's a little shit, this one. Oh my God. My mom's getting on me about that. Why can't you get me some grandkids like your sisters did? Because I don't like the taste of tequila. The backseat of your station wagon is very uncomfortable. Jesus Christ. Having kids, I can barely find a mate. Longest relationship I had was 2 years. That was with Sprint. Could not hold on to that. I dropped the cell phone in a porta potty. You had done that? Dropped the phone in the toilet? Come on, somebody has. Did you fish it out? Thank you. It was a woman too. I'm one of those girls too. I don't touch anything in the bathroom. That phone went in there. It was a porta potty. I didn't even take a second to rip the seat off with my bare hand. Put all the toilet paper on my arm, looked like a little Michelin woman. No, that's not it. Pulled it out, wrapped it up in plastic, went into the Sprint store. I'm like, I don't know what happened. It just quit working. And the kid's unwrapping it, and he's touching it all over. I got that dog eating grass. He's looking at it. Oh, looks like you got water damage. Are you getting shitty service? Piss poor. 2 years. Oh my goodness.
The biggest thing that I've learned now that I'm a dad is that I will go to any extent to get people to leave me the fuck alone. I will do anything. I will do anything. I was in a comedy competition in Compton. I was the only white guy in the neighborhood, right? I wasn't scared, wasn't worried about shit. I know that's rare. But these guys decided to try and intimidate me before the competition. I think they were being playful, but between us, if you're 6'8" and big as fuck, you're not allowed to be playful. Okay? Like, that's just not fair to us normal-sized people. You know what I mean? But this dude came up and he was like, "Know where you are, motherfucker?" And he had his buddy right next to him, and like, I just had to think quick. So I did what I always do when somebody tries to show intimidation or aggression. I just acted like I was slow. Because no one can be mean to a slow person and feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? So the dude comes up, he's like, "Know where you are, motherfucker?" And I was like, "Yes, Newport Beach is nice. You can smell the ocean from here." And the key is to go dead behind the eyes and swallow for no reason and rub shit on your pants. That's what you have to do. You just have to, I know, right? And the dude's friend just grabbed him real quick. He was like, "Hey, dog, this motherfucker's slow, dog. For real, man." And they left me alone. So, and people don't think that shit works. That shit works, okay? The only thing stronger than a fucking ass whooping is embarrassment, okay? If you can embarrass somebody, you will diffuse that ass whooping, okay? Because I was in Texas, and rednecks scare the shit out of me. And this dude came up to me after the show, he goes, "You think you're pretty funny, don't you, motherfucker?" "Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Wouldn't be so funny if I knocked your fucking teeth out." And I immediately was like, "Well, don't do that. Because if you was to punch me, I'd probably fall down and I'd crush all the jelly beans in my pocket. And I wouldn't be able to share them with you. Didn't think about that, did you, huh?" And the dude just got uncomfortable. He was like, "Whatever, you slow motherfucker." Like,
I got my flat shoes on because I'm on heel probation. Any heel wearers in here? Who love to wear their high heels? Ladies, stilettos? Okay, that's only 6. Let me even out the room. Who used to like their high heels, but now your knees ain't shit and your feet? Okay, there we go. Okay. I love my heels, guys, but I fall a lot, which is like an oxymoron. I get it. One day, I decided I wanted to role play for my husband. So I put on my 6-inch thigh-high stiletto boots, the patent leather ones, the cute little trench coat that goes with it, that wig with that strap in the back. Ladies, you know, the one that it makes sure it doesn't fall off. I showed up at my husband's job. My husband works for the railroad. I walked into the job looking like a goddamn stormtrooper. And I said, "I'm here to pick up my husband." My husband comes from the back. All his coworkers are standing out there looking like gay-ass army men. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. My husband's so excited. He clocks out. He goes out the door, goes down the stairs, goes to the car. I'm trying to be a sexy ass, so I tell his friends, "All right, boys, I'll see you guys next time," and sashay my ass out the door, down the stairs, but I didn't see the crack in the 3rd goddamn stair. And my heel got caught. And then I fell down the other 17 stairs. Exactly. And I got down to the bottom of the stairs. That wig had jumped off my head like, "Bitch, we not taking this fall with you." And I got down to the bottom of the stairs. I did what any woman in this audience with any kind of dignity left would do. I played dead because, bitch, if you fall down 17 flights of stairs, bitch, you supposed to die, okay? And I died. I died to death. I died 3 times. I kept looking up, and I went right motherfucking back to die. Them motherfuckers came down them stairs and picked me up, dust the rocks off. One of the guys took my wig, tucked it in the front of my coat, because he couldn't figure out how to get it back on my head. Now I'm walking around looking like Papa Smurf with set-it-off braids. My husband is standing at the car looking at me in disgust. And the only thing he said on the ride home, he just kept looking over at me and said, your big ass too old to be doing all this goddamn falling. Hey, my name is Correy Bell. You guys follow me on everything. I love y'all so much.